Hello everyone. So to start with the next lecture, I would like to recapitulate what we have learned in the previous lecture. We have learned primer reconstitution, how to check the quality of primers, and then we have learned about the type of tag buffers which are required for the successful PCR. The third and main component is deoxynucleoside triphosphatases. So first we should know that the difference in nucleoside and a nucleotide. So nucleoside is sugar plus nitrogenous base, and nucleotide is sugar plus nitrogenous base plus phosphate groups, right? So all three components, they are together known as nucleotides. So if we want to expand the full form of DNTPs, we can say deoxynucleoside triphosphatases, because nucleoside plus triphosphate groups. And we know that when the phosphate groups are added to the nucleoside, it will form nucleotide, right? So these nucleotides are used in the PCR reaction. So why we have added this D group to nucleoside triphosphatases? Why we have added? So to start with this, the D, it is deoxy. Why it is deoxy? Means there is removal of one oxygen atom. So if we go to the structure of the ribose sugar, because in DNPs we have pentose sugar, then HOH, and here is CH2OH and H. This is your ribose sugar. If you remove, this is carbon number 7, carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If we go with the this second carbon number, so if you remove this oxygen, then you will have deoxyribose. So we are using nucleoside triphosphatases which do not have oxygen at the second carbon. So that's why D is added with the nucleoside triphosphatase, and these deoxynucleotide triphosphatase or nucleotides are used for the PCR reaction, right? So here so we can classify these nucleotide triphosphatase. Nucleotide triphosphatase, one category. Second is deoxynucleotide triphosphatase, and third is modified bases which are used for PCRs. So NTPs, nucleoside triphosphatases, these have ribose sugar, these have deoxyribose sugar, and in these modified bases, either your nitrogenous bases are modified with some other functional groups, right? So now the question arises, where we have to use NTPs, where we have to use DNTPs, and where we have to use modified bases. So if we go with the PCR, we usually use this second number deoxyribose or deoxynucleotide triphosphatases. But there are some reactions, some PCR, some amplification reactions where we have to use NTPs also. So we can learn where we have to use NTPs and where we have to use DNTPs. DNTPs are used in all PCRs, either real-time quantitative real-time PCRs or your RT-PCRs or any other kind of PCR, polymerase, any other kind of polymerase chain reactions, modified. There are number of PCR types, different types of PCR reactions where we use these DNTPs. Even in the cloning also, in NGS also, next generation sequencing, Sanger sequencing, we have to use deoxynucleotide triphosphatases. But where we have to use NTPs? So NTPs, that is ribonucleotide triphosphatase, we can use in vitro transcription. In vitro transcription where RNA molecules are synthesized. Second, in mRNA synthesis reaction, artificial mRNA synthesis reaction. Third, it is also used in siRNA synthesis. Fourth, it is used in RNA amplification methods. RNA amplification method, that is NASBA, nucleic acid sequence based amplification, NASBA, which if you want to learn, I can share the video of NASBA also. Even you can use this nucleotide triphosphatases in ligation reaction. In ligation reaction where we use ATP. So these are the utilities where we use DNTPs and NTPs, right? So now I have one question for you. You can write your answer in the comment section. Where we use DUTPs? Where we use DUTPs, uridine triphosphatase, where we use? So that you have to tell me in your comment section. DUTP is used in some PCR reactions, and why they are used, and what is the utility of using those UTPs in the PCR reaction, that you have to tell me in the comment section. So now DNTPs, these are company, they provide us 10 millimolar or even 100 millimolar stocks. 10 millimolar of each DNTP, that is DATP, DCTP, DTTP and DGTP. Mixture of all four nucleoside triphosphatases with the concentration of 10 millimolar. And we have to use, they provide two kind of stocks. One is 10 millimolar and other one is 2 millimolar. 100 millimolar stock or mixture of all four component is used in cDNA synthesis kit. cDNA synthesis kit, where we have to synthesize cDNA from mRNA. Okay, but for PCR, general PCR, we use 10 millimolar stock or 2 millimolar stock. But we have to decide the amount of these mixture DNTPs to 200 nanomolar. That is 0.2 millimolar, 0.2 millimolar, 0.2 micromolar, right? So that you have to calculate. 200 nanomolar, 200 nanomolar we have to use, but for that you have to standardize your PCR starting from the 0.01, 0.05, 0.1, 0.2 or 0.5, 0. At the final concentration millimolar, that you have to standardize from. But usually we'll go with the 0.2 millimolar, so that is your 200 micromolar concentration. Usually PCR you will get successful PCR with the 200 micromolar concentration. 200 micromolar concentration, and but in some cases if your PCR is if you are getting very faint band or your DNTPs are old, then you can increase the concentration, right? If you use very high concentration of these DNTPs, your PCR reaction can be inhibited. So that means that the concentration of DNTPs will decide the success of your PCR reaction, right? So 200 micromolar concentration, you can start your PCR with the 2.2 millimolar or 200 micromolar final concentration, right? So this is all about deoxynucleotide triphosphatases or DNTPs, which are used for the PCR reaction. So if you want to know that where we can use DUTP, first you will try to find and write to me. If you will not get any answer, then I will explain in the next lecture. So this is all about your PCR master mix, the components of PCR, and how we can change your reactions, or how you can standardize your PCR from the basics of your components, with the basic knowledge of the PCR components. Nowadays the company people, they are providing a mixture or ready-made mixture of the PCR which contain all component, DNTPs, buffers, and except your primers and enzymes, water, everything they are giving. You have to just add your primer and you have to adjust the volume or according to the master mix condition. So direct ready-made master mix are also available, where you don't have to think of the concentrations or the amount or how much or standardization. You can directly use those master mix. But if you are using individual component, then in that case you have to standardize each and every PCR reaction. Thank you. And in the next lecture we'll go with the RNA extraction methods, both manual methods as well as kit based extractions, where we learn how to increase the concentration of RNA in both the method, for even for liquid based your samples, or for tissue based or cell based samples. All three kind of things we'll learn in the next lectures. Thank you.